What was a humiliating moment for you recently? I was in a meeting with my boss and a few colleagues when my phone rang. I quickly silenced it, but not before noticing it was my wife calling. I figured it wasn't urgent, so I ignored it. A few minutes later, she called again. I thought it was strange, but again, I ignored it. Then she called a third time. At this point, I was getting worried. I apologized to everyone and stepped out to take the call. My wife was in a panic. She told me our son had been in an accident and was being rushed to the hospital. I immediately left the meeting and drove to the hospital as fast as I could. When I got there, I found out my son was okay. He had just broken his arm and was going to be fine. I was relieved but also furious. My wife had completely overreacted and scared the hell out of me. I went back to work and apologized to my boss for leaving the meeting. He was understanding, but I could tell he was annoyed. Later that day, my wife called me again. This time she was crying. She told me she had just found out her father had passed away. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I had just lost my father-in-law and I wasn't there for my wife when she needed me. I felt like the worst husband in the world.